This is my book and is about to be launched on Amazon, and stories also going out on Google and also with radio stations, etc. And this book is a necessary book required to have the passport for prosperity, and goes through the Amazon system in the next few weeks. So we're ready to launch. The book has been tested. We've got people owning it, from professors to engineers to people at the top of the surgical and medical professions, as well as super engineers in other callings, from materials and new technologies in how to advance the hydrogen and fuel cell cars of this country for the future. Today we're talking about my book and how to use it and get the information from it so that it helps the book holder to use it as a passport for prosperity and a better future. First key pages are the foreword, which consists of 2 pages in total, and a picture of myself on a previous YouTube film. This page is essential because it tells you that the book itself is the passport into the prosperity system. The final 3 pages of the book explains why we set up this program for young people, and the numbers of a possible 20 million young people owning this book in the future, aged from 30 down to 1 year old. And also how by owning the book it helps fund for students and for members of the public who wish to own it. So the final 3 pages of the book are again key reading areas for the book holder. The picture of the Cardiff Bay area, showing the Taff and the Ely rivers, where the blue water shows the cold fresh water that's now occupying the area close to the foreshore that was previously a whole area of intertidal zone. So this area, by having the barrage there now since 1999, has changed it into a giant lake of fresh water, making Cardiff the coolest capital, because the water now is running at 3 degrees colder into the ocean than it did prior to the barrage being built. So this is a proven example that if we take rivers here in the West Country which have damaged peat bogs, and we restore those rivers, by repairing the peat bogs on a very large scale, with large amounts of money being obtained for these projects from the airlines of the world who wish to fund projects where they know they're going to get value for their money because there is a true outcome. The Cardiff River system shows that it is possible and has been done, and so all these other rivers here in the West Country, the Exe, the Tamar, the Tor, the Torridge, etc., going into the other ocean, can all have their peat bogs restored with a whole new tranche of funding coming from the airlines across the world. These are the people worried about their pollution, and we have signed recent agreements with Rolls-Royce and with other companies using jet engines, and they're going to run them on hydrogen, the new clever product which is obtained from water. And so we are making huge steps forward with our technology. So all of a sudden the airlines of the world and also other organizations such as ferry companies, cruise ship companies, all these companies burning up fuel in a very large way are looking for green fuel which comes from water, which is the hydrogen base, and this money and new funding is going to come into our system via our book and intellectual property technology, and to fund absolutely massive projects for the future. So the overall picture is, for all those holding these books, the money is being directed via them into the program and the intellectual property, and what we have is an absolutely great system in the fact that we can select an airline almost anywhere in the world to be a giant carbon footprint offsetting organization, and they are funding all the advances of our green energy programs here in the UK. One of the great things about restoring these rivers, we get, and we can get, in 1 year, one river recovered and back in good health. Whereas if we were planting trees and doing a reforestation program, trees do not have any visible or tangible effect until at least 20 years' time. This means we have and could have restored as many as 20 rivers and their flow into the ocean in the same time. So whilst we are worried about global warming and sea level rising, with the trees we could be paddling round up to our ankles, whereas with our water change and temperature, it is happening very rapidly, And also we are repairing with the Environment Agency as our new partner, weirs and damaged systems and things like fish stocking will all be parts of our program to improve the rivers and quality of the rivers for the future.